Okay, so I haven't made a video in a while. I guess I got kind of sick of making videos for this, but I guess I need to continue the process. Well, it looks like I finally got some kind of progress on my diagnosis. I started seeing a counselor February last year, and if you guys haven't been following, she said that I had Asperger's, but she wasn't sure. And then she moved and transferred, and they transferred me to another counselor, and then she said I didn't have Asperger's, it was probably more like OCD. And then I was like, okay, maybe I have OCD. I seem to have OCD, that's not too far-fetched. And then I left that counseling agency because I don't feel like going into it. And then I wanted to go sign up to the VA, and also to another counseling agency in the same town, but down the street. And the first day that I walked in to the VA office, the guy was hesitant against giving me a diagnosis because he wanted to just give me better, which is cool, I guess. But I'm pretty sure at this point in life I need some type of diagnosis for the most part. And then the VA guy, I guess he sat down and talked with me and tried to figure my thing out. He said at first that Asperger's wasn't covered anymore because it's not in the DSM. And then I went to go see another counselor, still wanting to make appointments with him. I went to go see another counselor with my other insurance at an institute, and she has a master's degree. The guy has a PhD, and he's also ABPP certified, so he has a lot of say in the world of psychology. And I talked to another counselor. I sat there in a room with her for like one or two sessions, and on the second session, she said, "Yeah, I see a lot of the Asperger's," or the first session, I think. So she was thinking Asperger's right away. Even though the second counselor I had from the other counseling center didn't think Asperger's, for whatever reason. I guess she doesn't believe in it or something, because it's not particularly in the DSM anymore, the DSM-5. But she sat down and she said she's an expert in Asperger's. She looked at it, and she goes, "Yeah, you definitely seem to have Asperger's." But I was like, I thought the Asperger's isn't covered in the DSM-5. It's in the ICD-10, but it's not covered in the DSM-5. And then she didn't give me a straight answer. Then I basically just told her all the stuff I was going through with the counselors and said, I did this and I did this and I did that, and I really want to get a diagnosis and figure things out. So can you just help me do that? And then I didn't schedule any more appointments, I guess. It took like a month to get an appointment because I guess they were figuring things out before they scheduled me another appointment. I'm about to go see a psychiatrist in about 2 or 3 days. But I just want to go see the VA guy again after a couple times with him. I sat down in his office. And then I told him, I've been working on the diagnosis. I mean, what is it? Is it OCD or something? And then he said, I don't think you have OCD. And then I know what OCD is, and I figured that's the closest thing to a diagnosis. But he said no, and this guy didn't believe in Asperger's like 3 or 4 months before. Maybe he believed, I don't know if he believed in it or not, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't have a lot of experience with it. Maybe he had experience with other types of problems. But then he sat down and he said, I think you have Asperger's. Yeah, the guy at the VA. And so now I'm like, okay, well, interesting. Now maybe I do have Asperger's. And he said, yeah, you're high functioning on the ASD scale. You probably have Asperger's, but it's a working diagnosis. I haven't proven it yet. I can't remember what he said exactly. It's a working diagnosis. It's not really solidified. But, three out of the 4 counselors that I've seen over the past year, They notice the OCD things, but then it's not quite OCD, and they're thinking, yes, Asperger's at this point. So I'm pretty much thinking about maybe changing my channel from guy who might have Asperger's to guy who does have Asperger's at this point. But I technically haven't got the diagnosis completely filled out, so I'm just going to say might have Asperger's until then. But if a guy who's a PhD and he's ABPP certified changes his mind, and then he looks at it, and I don't know why he changed his mind and says, yeah, I'm thinking high-functioning autism on the ASD, but with Asperger's as a subnote. It's pretty clear at this point. But, I still need to keep going and seeing what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know the full details of it still. So that's kind of what's been going on. For the 2 or 3 people that might still watch my videos, that's about it. I'll post a few more videos here soon, but that's about it.